Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Osil. Today I'm going to do my makeup with you guys, the entire routine, because that way I will introduce to you, I don't know if it's going to be like a project pan for this year, or it's just makeup I want to try to hit pan on or use up. We'll see what I call this, but maybe it's like a combination of those two. Anyways, I'm going to try to show you as many products that I want to make progress on this year throughout this makeup routine that I'm going to do. And I'm also going to use my palette that I've chosen for the Pan That Palette project that I'm going to do this year. And so, yeah, I'm also going to do my skincare routine for the morning time, and let's get to it. So first off, I want to show you how I decide what kind of products I want to work on. Every year I make a list. This is 3 pages long this year of my entire makeup collection. So I just categorize it. I write the name and the date that I purchased or started using the product, and then how much it contains. And so that way, sometimes I will arrange it, like for blushes, for instance, how old they are, and then also how much they contain. So it'll be more easy for me to kind of go for the oldest products in my collection, or just the easiest products to finish because of how much they contain. That is kind of how I choose my products to work on. Now sometimes I just want to work on a favorite product of mine. That happens too, but a lot of the times I tend to go for the ones that I'm afraid that might expire before I will come around and use it. And I mean, I'm going to tell you, I think I counted 8 products in here that are super, super, super old. Like, we're talking, the absolute oldest makeup I have is from 2014. It's an eyeshadow, single eyeshadow, Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek, if you guys are familiar. And then I have just a few from 2016 and 2017, mostly eyeshadows, but I mean, that's crazy. So I just need to get a few of these older products out of the way, and hopefully I will do that in 2024. So let me just get started. Let's begin. What is the first thing I normally do? Well, I used a Pretty Fresh. No, it's not Pretty Fresh. It's the 4th Ray Fresh AF Energizing Mist, but I got it on the ColourPop website. And this is okay. It is one of my oldest setting sprays. Not the oldest, because the oldest one is the LH Cosmetics setting spray, but that's kind of a really strong, long-lasting, close to like hairspray-like makeup setting spray. And I don't use that often because I don't need my makeup to stay forever. I've been working on this for a while now, and as you can see, I am making progress. So I'm more than halfway done with this product. So I think I won't do like monthly updates or anything with this project, or whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to do a 6-month update, and hopefully I will be done with this one by then. Next is my eyeshadow primer from Milani. This is how much is left. I don't know if the camera focuses there, but not too much left. But this, I use this much every time, which is not a whole lot. So it will take me a while to use this up. I like it. It's cruelty free. The Fort Ray one is cruelty free as well, so that's good. But I don't absolutely love this Milani eyeshadow primer. It's just fine. I really miss my MAC Painted Lily Paint Pot, but I can't repurchase that because it's not cruelty free. So I have a backup from number 7. I haven't really tried that one yet, so I'm gonna dig into that once I'm done with this one. And I am on a low buy this year, like super, super, super low buy with all categories: makeup, skincare, body care, hair care, clothes, accessories, you name it. I'm on a low buy. So I'm going to try, and perfumes, I'm going to try to not purchase much makeup this year. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to try the number 7 one, and hopefully that'll work. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and I'm going to do an eyeshadow look with my Panda palette for this year. You Have Me at Hello from ColourPop. So I'm going to try to do just a simple look with that one today. But first I'm going to use just a regular nude eyeshadow from Inglot to just run all over my eyes. I like to do that. I find that my eyeshadows are blending much better that way. I think I'm going to choose this shade, which is a lighter matte brown. And then do this matte brown that's a little bit deeper with a smaller, more dense makeup brush. Going back to that lighter brown on my lower lash line. I'm going to use this brown now. This is a little bit more cooler of a brown, I would say, with the Petite Eye Blender from Suiva. I think I'm going to do a favorites video of all my favorite eyeshadow brushes, or just makeup brushes in general. Maybe I'll show you my entire collection this year at some point. I don't think I've done that ever. So that could be fun if you guys are interested. I'm going to use this detailed brush from H&M with this darkest matte brown right here along the lower top lash line, and just going up a little bit. What shade should I apply on the lid? I'm gonna do this one. This is like a bronzy gold. It's beautiful. I think I'm gonna top the inner part of the lid with this shade, just to lighten that area up a little bit. I don't know if there's a point to that, but I just want to try. And then I want to use this one as an inner corner highlight. And normally I would have to remove a lot of fallouts from my eyeshadow underneath my eyes, which the more I do that, the easier I get eczema again under my eyes. Because it's just too harsh for my sensitive eyes. And so right now I have a little bit of eczema left here, not too much, but it kind of shows when I apply makeup on there. It's okay now. I don't think you can see much of it, but luckily I have no fallout from these eyeshadows, which is amazing. So I don't have to do that. I can just move on with my skincare, which is the Creamy Eye Treatment from Kiehl's underneath my eyes. And this is the reason why I like to do my eyes or my eye makeup first, because oftentimes I have to remove eyeshadow from here, and then all my skincare treatment will just be a waste. The Paula's Choice Antioxidant Enriched Natural Moisturizer for all skin types. This has been the daily moisturizer that has been working for me the best right now. I really enjoy this. This is a repurchase, by the way. I had this like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and the thing is, I don't feel like it does much for my skin. I don't feel like it's like super hydrating, or I don't feel like it does anything. But the thing is, it doesn't irritate my skin, and my face or my skin is so sensitive right now, like there's not much I can apply on it. So this works, at least for now. I've used it just a couple of weeks, so we'll see, but so far so good. The next thing I'm going to try to use up this year is the Sigma Spectrum Color Correcting Duo in Light to Medium. This is how much I have left at the moment. And I think by my next update, my 6-month update, I'm going to be able to maybe finishing this side, which is the side I use the most, as you can see. But I only use the tiniest little bit of this. So we'll see. But I've had this for about 6-7 months already, and I've used this much of it. So I think there's a chance I might maybe use this up by my next update. I think it's like the perfect time to have a cream product, because within a year, a lot of cream products will expire anyways. I think that when companies are able to make the perfect amount for you to be able to use up before the product expires, I think that's the best. Next, I want to try to finish the Light Wonder foundation with SPF 15 from Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't marked this yet. This is from a previous project pan. I don't know if you can see. I think it's around here. I'm going to mark this after the video is done and we'll see, but I think it's around here that we're beginning. And hopefully I am going to be able to use this up maybe before my next update. I don't use a lot, so it takes a while for me to use up foundations. I just like a very light layer. By the way, I also want to use up the Makeup face primer, but I don't like to combine that primer with this foundation because I feel like this foundation works just great on its own, but I do like to combine that primer with my other foundation, the Anastasia Luminous foundation. I'm sorry about my eczema on my ears. That looks just disgusting, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to work too much on that face primer for the first half of the year, but I want to try to work on it for my second half of the year, or like after the summer, I guess. Alright, so this is the foundation I'm talking about. It's called the Makeupmekka Niacinamide Soft Focus Primer. This contains 30 milliliters, but as you can see, I have already used quite a bit of this, about this much, so more than half is already gone, I would say, and so hopefully I can use this up. Now, this next product I'm going to use is the RMS Uncover Correcting Concealer in 11.5. I don't think I'm going to include this in my project actually, because I don't see myself using this up within a year. Hopefully I'm going to get a far way and maybe be close to finishing, but I have other concealers I want to try to finish first, and I just use it to cover any blue veins showing really badly or just redness. When you have fair skin, that's kind of something you have to deal with, is just veins showing all over your face. It's, yeah, I don't like it. And so I don't use much of this concealer, but I do really enjoy it. Everything I've mentioned this far is cruelty free, I believe. And then the next concealer I'm going to use is a concealer I want to bring into this project. It's the Natasha Denona Hy-glam concealer in N2, and it's a lovely concealer. Again, it's a concealer I use almost every single day. I just use a tiny bit of this as well. I use it underneath my eyes and on hyperpigmentation, on any blemishes. It has pretty good coverage, so I really enjoy this. But I'm so far into this that I'm starting to like scrape the sides, and I think I'm gonna have to take out the stopper soon. So I don't think, well, maybe. I'm curious if I've actually used this up at my 6-month update. It has been going strong for 1.5 years, if that's the case, because I got this one in January of 2024. So I had this for almost a year now, and I've used it almost every time I've done my makeup. I think that's pretty good, again, but it's a very expensive concealer, so I do think that it should last well over a year. So in case you want to see, you can't really see that there's not much left in here. I think there's a lot left actually, to be honest, because oftentimes when you remove the stopper in concealers, there's still like many months left of usage. So I think there's a lot of product left, but like I said, I have been starting to try to scrape the sides here before I remove the stopper, because once you remove the stopper, formula will change just slightly. It will become a little bit more drier. So next, I do have 3 blushes I want to work on this year. I just have a lot of blushes now in my collection. I have 11 at this point, and I feel like that's just a little bit too much for me. So I have 3 blushes here that I want to work on. 2 of them are cream blushes in a tube. This one I just want to work on because of the age. It's one of my oldest cream blushes, number 7 lip and cheek tint in Dam's Dusk Pink. That's this one. I have no idea how much is left, but I can tell that it's getting more empty, even though it contains a lot of product. 10 milliliters is a lot of product. It's even more than the Rare Beauty one, which is 7.5 milliliters. This is 10 milliliters, so it's going to take me a while. So even though I've used a lot of it, I think there's still quite a bit left in this one. And then in this one, this is like a travel size of the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Beauty Blush Wand in Pillow Talk. This is one of my favorite cream blushes. This is also really good, by the way, but this, oh my god, I think this will be a repurchase. Both of these are cruelty free. Again, I can't really see how much is left in here, but I can tell I've used it a ton, and I think there's a chance that I might be able to use this up. So that's why I'm including it. And then one powder blush that I want to focus on a little bit more this year. It's one of my favorite blushes. It's the Milani Luminoso Baked Blush. This is what it looks like at the introduction. My goal is only to just work on it. Maybe my goal is to hit pan. That would be so much fun. The thing is with this one is that I mainly just use this during the summertime, sometimes during spring, but it is one of my oldest blushes. I got this one in 2018. A repurchase, actually it was a gift, but I've had this before. So yeah, I do want to work on this one. I don't think I'm gonna apply it today. I don't think so, but I do want to work on that one. Let me swatch these. Alright, so the top one is the lip and cheek tint from number 7. The middle one is the blush wand from Charlotte Tilbury in Pillow Talk, and the lowest blush is the Luminoso from Milani. So they're all so beautiful, but which one would look best with my eyeshadow today? I think I want to choose the middle one. I just absolutely love that one for so many makeup looks. I just do 3 little dots on each side and I blend it out. Sometimes I use a brush like this and I just do a thin layer of my cream blush because I like to top it with a powder blush. But now that I have all of these cream products on my face, I just let that sink in a little bit while I work on my brows. I do some eyeliner. Next, for brow products, I have 3 brow products I want to work on. The Catrice, no, sorry, the Essence Super Last 24-Hour Eyebrow Pomade Pencil Waterproof. I don't know the shade name anymore. It has all come off. The back used to have a little brush, but this is actually pretty nice. I like this because normally these kinds of brow pencils take like 2 to 3 weeks to finish, but this one has taken a while. So this is where we are beginning, and I just used a tiny bit of this to kind of just shape my brows a little bit. I've never really hopped on to any brow trends over the years. I've never done like bushy brows or really thin brows or laminating brows, or I don't use brow wax. I just like the classic simple look where I just follow the natural brow and kind of just enhance that, and I just find that that's just what works for me. Next thing I'm going to work on this year is the Makeupmekka all-in-one eyebrow palette. So I do want to hit pan on, maybe I want to try to hit pan on both of these. That would be fun, but at least this one. So this is what they look like. I have a really good dip in the lightest one. So I do think that by my next update, I would maybe be able to have hit pan on the lightest one. The lightest one is kind of the one I put in the front here, and the darkest one I just put on like the tail part, but I don't use very much of it, so I know it'll probably take me a while. But that's okay. It's the only like brow powder I have left now, and the brow pencil is the only brow pencil I have left, so I'm happy about that. I feel very happy and content with my makeup collection at the moment. There's only like a few categories that I have way too many products in, but a lot of the categories within my makeup collection I only have 1 or 2, maybe 3 products in, and that makes me so happy, and that's exactly what I want. Then lastly, I want to try to finish the e.l.f. Wow Brow Tinted Gel in, I can't remember the name of this. Is it like light brown maybe? But it is sort of a taupe, and this is my favorite brow gel. I have a backup of this because I purchased 2 at the same time because I haven't had this in my collection for a while and I really missed it, and it's hard to find here in Norway. So I wanted to make sure I had this for a little while. I rarely do or purchase backups of the same product anymore because I've just learned that there's like I don't use up makeup that quickly. But with this I did, because I just know I will use it up and I will need a new one fairly soon. So I think maybe there's a chance that I've used up this one within my next update. We'll see. They last for about, I'd say 8-9 months or so, and I've used this for I don't know how long. Throughout this entire fall and the beginning of winter time, I think. I think I started using this in like September or something. I'm not sure, but something like that. So I think I will be able to use it up within the next few months. It has these tiny fibers in there as well, and I just love this. Next is powder. Now I only have 2 powders in my collection, so I'm not going to include this into the sort of product pan. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder, right? Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in 1 Fair. This is a gorgeous powder. I really like it. I had it in my project last year, I think, and that's why I managed to hit pan on it. But I have another like loose powder that's really old, so I wonder if I'm gonna have to replace that with something else or if I'm just gonna stick to this. I don't know, but I'm not gonna like try to work on my powders this year because I only use the tiniest little bit and I'm not trying to minimize my product category there. But with bronzers, I have decided to include one. Now, I was trying to decide whether or not to try to finish my Model Co bronzer. That is my oldest bronzer that I managed to hit pan on last year in my last year's project pan. And I have another one that is really old as well. So I decided to go with that one. I have kind of had that in mind for a while to try to work on. And I'll put a picture up because this was crushed. I dropped it on the floor and it was completely crushed. And I decided to repress it, and this is the results. So this is the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. So this is what we're starting with. Still a lot of product left in this one, so we'll see if I manage to use it up all the way, but at least I want to try to like hit pan somewhere or just do major progress on this one. Hopefully it's okay after I repressed it last night. Sometimes when you repress products, they change in consistency and performance, and yeah, hopefully that didn't happen with this one. So we'll see. I'm gonna try it on now. Me being this pale, I don't use much, so I've already used up the light bronzer version of this bronzer, and I really like that one. I think that shade is better for my skin tone than this one, but still I want to try to work on this one. And this is from, I think, 2018, so it is getting up there in age. If I like start to break out or anything from any of these products, I will not continue to use them. I did at one point really like this bronzer, so hopefully I will fall back in love with this. It looks nice now, so I think this is going to be a good choice to work on. I just want to top my cream blush with a powder blush. This is the number 7 in Damson Mist, one of the blushes I worked on last year. And then lastly, for highlight, I am doing the Milani Afterglow Luminescence Nocturne Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder. Short and sweet. I'm not including this in my project pan because I only own 2 highlighters at this point. More warm toned one and more cool toned one, the Moonstone one from Becca. And I'm very happy about those 2 highlighters. I've hit pan on the Moonstone. I'm very happy about those 2 highlighters, and I'm not going to try to like finish any of them or anything like that. I'm not looking to try to purchase a new highlighter, although I've been eyeing one from Tilbury in like this pink tone as a replacement for the one that I decluttered from Makeup Academy. Oh, that was such a lot. Maybe I'll find that and repurchase that. Actually, we'll see. But for now, I'm not going to purchase any new highlighters anytime soon. And I'm not going to include them in my project pan. But I do want to include one more setting spray. This is the Caia That Dewy Look Glow Setting Spray. This is how much is left. And I really like this setting spray. It contains 100 milliliters. This one contains 122.75 milliliters, so a lot of product. But I mean, I'm more than halfway done with this one, so I think I would be able to use this one up. I think I might be able to use up one more of my setting sprays because I use a lot of that. More setting sprays than like setting powder, for instance, because I prefer that for my dry skin. But I think this is the only one that I'm going to, along with this one. These 2 I'm going to try to finish this year. I dropped my camera. Luckily, it didn't break, so we're back. And next thing I wanted to talk about was I've already chosen my palette for the year, for this year, but I tried to think about what other eyeshadows did I want to work on. And so the first thing that came to mind was, of course, to continue the work that I had already started with my Inglot Gold shade. I've already tracked this for 2 years, the year of 2024 and the year of 2023. This is what it looks like now at the beginning of 2025. So with the uses of those 2 years, including the 2 uses I did this Christmas, I have 59 uses on this one that I've tracked. Now before that, I probably used it like, I don't know, 20 times maybe 30. So I do have a lot of uses on this eyeshadow, but I do want to track it for this year too and see how many uses it takes to hit pan on this one. So that's kind of something I do a little bit on the side here. Maybe I'm able to hit pan within my next project pan update. And then I thought about one other single eyeshadow that I wanted to hit pan on this year because this is so old, but one of my favorite eyeshadows. And that day when I thought about it, I thought, I just want to use it to see how I like it now. It's been a while since I used it and I just wanted to do a look with it. And that day I managed to hit pan on it. So I just want to show you, it's not going to be included since I did hit pan on it, but it's the Makeup Geek Luna. I don't know how to show you that I actually hit pan on it. I think you can see a tiny, tiny little pan there. Yes. Makeup Geek Luna, one of my favorite eyeshadows. It is beautiful and also so old. But I will continue to use it this year. I'm going to work on all of my single eyeshadows this year because those are one of my oldest makeup products within my makeup collection. So that's that. But also, I know that when spring comes along, I will use the Pastels palette from Beauty Bay. And I know I've already hit pan on several of these eyeshadows, 3 to be exact. And I want to try to hit pan on one more eyeshadow this year. It's not that hard to do. These are pretty like powdery, so I think I'm able to, maybe I'll be able to hit pan on either the orange or like the minty turquoise one. We'll see, but that's gonna be a side project for me this year or this spring. All right, moving on to mascara. I did get this little sample for Christmas. This is the Dior Show Maximizer 4D Lash Primer Serum, and at the moment I don't have any mascara primers, so I know I'm gonna want to try this sometime this year. I'm not gonna try it just yet because I just opened a new mascara that I want to get the full experience of and maybe do a review later on. I don't know, but I don't want to introduce a primer to that mascara just yet, but a little bit later on I want to, and I think I want to just use this up sometime this year, so I am including it. And the mascara I'm talking about is the Milani Anti-Gravity or Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara in just black, or yeah, I can't tell you what it says here, but it's a black shade and it is beautiful. I've only used this twice so far. This is what it looks like. Of course I'm late to the game with this one because a lot of people they're already moved on from this, but finally I am able to try this now, and so far I really enjoy it. And so I think I'm going to be able to use this up this year, along with probably one more mascara in my collection, but I don't know which one I'm going to do just yet. Maybe I'll be able to use up more than this one and one more, because I do have a few more like travel size mascaras, so maybe I'll try to use those. But yeah, we'll see. Look at that. So this is with the mascara, this is without the mascara. I like it. And the best part about this, it doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't irritate my eyes, and it's easy to take off at night. This is, this is one coat. I think I kind of prefer to do 2 coats with this one. It depends. Actually, I think 1 coat is enough for today. A little bit came onto the skin around my eyes. Don't worry about that. I'll just let it dry and I'll remove it with a Q-tip in a few minutes. But while that dries, we're going to talk about lip products. So I have 2 lip liners I'm going to try to make some progress on. This was in my last year's project pan. So this is what this one looks like now. It's a beautiful shade, one of my favorite lip liners, but I realized I don't like to use this every single day. It's not like an everyday color for me. And I don't love lip liners. I'm just going to be honest. Maybe that will change later on and not all of a sudden I will have a huge love for it. But for now, it's not my favorite to wear. I feel like it looks very unnatural on me and weird. But I do have another lip liner I want to try to use up just because I don't have much left of it. It's the Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner Waterproof in the shade Now or Never. I also have a lipstick that kind of matches this lip liner. And this is how much is left of that one. So not a whole lot. That's the shade right there. I really like this shade, but I don't use red lips or red lip liner very often, but I'm gonna try. I might try it as a cream blush as well. This does not work as a cream blush. It's just too, it doesn't blend really. So that's why it will take a while. I think maybe this will take all year to finish if I do. I have 2 lip products with SPF, and this is the oldest lip product with SPF, so I feel like I need to use it up before the SPF goes away and doesn't work anymore. It has SPF 30. It's from Sunbum. It is the banana scent flavor, or whatever you want to call it. I like the scent of banana. It's super artificial and fake. But yeah, and it's a good lip balm. It's the first lip balm that is clear, that doesn't have that yucky taste from SPF. And this is where we're starting. Someone in the comments recommended this for me, and I'm so grateful for that, because I've been looking for just a regular clear lip balm with SPF forever that doesn't taste bad, and this is the first one I've tried that I really like. I also have the LH Cosmetics Fantastic or something lipsticks that are tinted that also has SPF in them. I think it's SPF 15, and they're great. They don't taste bad either, but that one is newer, so I'm gonna work on this one. Probably not just yet, but when the spring and summer arrives, this is going to be on my lips a lot, hopefully. And then my only clear, regular, plain lip balm that I also want to use up this year is the Lip Glam 100% natural lip balm. I've used a lot of this, so this is probably like halfway done. I'm not sure. I use this almost every day, and I really, really like it. I'm pleasantly surprised by this lip balm. I don't know much about the brand. I don't know if it's cruelty free. All of the other lip products that I'm going to mention is cruelty free, except from this next one that I'm going to talk about. This is the Clarins Natural Lip Perfector. I don't know if you can see through this, but I can, because the sun is shining right through this right now. And I would say that if this whole thing settles, I would guess that we're about here. So a little less than a half of this is done. Really enjoy this lip glossy, lip treatment kind of balmy product. It's beautiful. It has like a peachy tint to it. Really nice. Next is one I'm not too sure about if I'm going, well, I'm going to include it, but I'm going to try it out. I might end up decluttering it because I felt like I got a little bit, I don't know, like my lips kind of reacted to this last time I used it. It's the Catrice Powerful 5 Glossy Lip Oil in the color Glossy Blackberry. So this is how much is left. It is a beautiful gloss. It does, and in color, it does remind me of the Milani Fruit Punch lip oils, but it's not the same. Definitely not the same. Not a favorite. I don't love this. I didn't love it when I first got it either, so we'll see. I'm gonna give it a chance. If I don't get another reaction to it, I'm gonna try to finish it. If not, it'll be out of my collection. Next is another like lip balmy product, but this has a tint to it. It's the Essence Natural Tint Color and Care Lip Balm. It smells a little bit sweet, like berry sweet or something. This is how much is left of that one. It's very, very nice. I really enjoy this one. It's not super hydrating, but it's just fine. And yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this one. This next one is the ColourPop lipstick in Oh Snap. This is one of my newest lip products, but I barely used it, and that's why I want to include it in this one, because I've been wanting this lippy stick for years, because I thought I was gonna love this, and I don't love the color after all. I thought it was gonna be more mauvey, but it's very nudie. So yeah, I just want to try to get some use out of it. I don't know. I don't see myself finishing it, but If I do, that would be great. Next is the Makeupmekka sheer lipsticks in Lovely. I have 5 or 6 of these, and I chose this one just because it's one of the more fun colors, and I don't have a lot of fun colors in the project pan so far, so that's why I wanted to include this one. And this is more of like a coral pink shade. Really fun shade for the summertime, so I don't think I'm gonna use it as much this winter, but when spring and summer comes around, I'm definitely gonna pull this out. Next, I have another one from Essence. This is probably the oldest lip product I have in my collection. I believe this is from 2018. This is called Real, and it's the line This Is Me. I brought this in from my freelance makeup artist kit earlier this year, and I still haven't decided if I like this shade or not. So that's why it still smells great. I barely used it. That's why I dare to put it on my lips, but it's very, very dark. So that's why I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. So I'm gonna try this out and we'll see. And lastly, this is gonna be a usage goal. Both of these are gonna be usage goals. I'm gonna use this for 10 times and this for 10 times. The other lip products that I just showed you, I want to try to finish completely. But with the Milani Iconic Matte number 68, or maybe Iconic Matte is the shade name, I don't know. But this is like a full-on true red shade, and it's not something I use very often, so that's why I want to do a usage goal on this. This is what it looks like. There's so much left of this lipstick, but it's getting so old, so I just need to get some use out of it. And lately, this Christmas, I've been doing something really cool with my red lipsticks because I have several of them, and I never get around to use them because I don't love that really full-on opaque red color anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. So what I've been doing is I apply lip balm as base, and then I just dab a little bit, like I do this, and I dab a little bit of the red lip color on my lips, blend it in with my lip balm, and it becomes like this beautiful sheer red lip that I really enjoy. So that's probably what I'm going to do forward with these darker lipsticks that I have, but that also means it takes forever to use them up. I'm going to swatch this, by the way. This is the Milani one. So yeah, those are all of the lip products I want to work on this year. It's a lot, so we'll see how it goes. But which one am I going to use now? I think I actually want to do that red shade. Maybe use the lip liner and then this red and just do a full-on red lip for today. Okay, that was interesting. This was a little bit out of my comfort zone. I used to do these red lips a lot in my like early 20s, but I rarely do it anymore. Alright, so this is the finished look. So, okay. Those were all of the products that I wanted to include for this year. I guess you can call it Project Pan. I'm gonna do a 6-month update and we'll see how far I've come with all of these products. Hopefully a good way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!